Howdy and hello, I am Seattle's one and only Glamazon goddess and queen of the pigs, IsabellaExtynn, and welcome back to another episode of The Race is On. Welcome on back. This week. We are talking about RuPaul's Drag Race Secret Celebrity. And this week, they did Twerkin' 9 to 5 the Rusical. I am so excited to introduce my special guest today. Because of social distancing, she is with me via Skype. Please welcome the one and only Kristie Champagne.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Thanks for having me, sweetheart.
Of course, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so excited to get to spend a little virtual time with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We were supposed to do this before, and like you said, quarantine happened, and now we're working it out.
Yeah, we were going to be all up in the studio filming, and then Miss Corona said, "No, you guys get to miss 3 months of this year."
That part.
Or 4 months, or 5 months. We don't even know at this point.
Who knows?
Yeah.
One day it's another week. One day it's another month. I mean, we're hunkering down is what we're doing.
But speaking of which, how has quarantine been going for you?
Good. We've been doing things like this, doing our shows digitally as much as we possibly can, which is really fun because I feel like for performers like us who have been doing this for so long, we can really get used to this kind of thing. So to get thrown a loop like this, where you're figure out how to still be artistic and be yourself and perform, it's been kind of fun. And staying busy working and making masks. I've been mass producing masks, it's going out of style, but it's been good. I can't complain.
Yeah, I have been seeing your masks. You are going crazy on the sewing machine.
I've been hoarding fabric like an old lady for a long time, and it was for this exact purpose.
It was like a giant stack of fabric with a glowing orb around it, just like, ah!
Completely, 100%. How have you been?
I've been good. It's been a little weird. I am kind of realizing how much I rely on human interaction.
Yeah.
But I am really enjoying the aspect of digital drag. It's been really fun to get to learn some new skills because we're all coming out of this with new skills.
Oh, yeah. 100. And I shout out to our Seattle community because I feel like we are already an artistic group of people already. Mm-hmm. But the videos and the things that I've been seeing at our place's last show on the weekends, a bunch of other girls have been doing digital stuff. Queer Bars doing digital stuff. Some of them are phenomenal. Snaps for our girls, killing it. Yeah.
And so for everybody out there, if you want to check us out on the Our Play stream, we're doing it Friday nights, 10 p.m., right after Drag Race is over. So watch Drag Race and then go get some more drag on twitch.tv/OurPlaySeattle.
It's the best time. We've been loving it in our house. I love it.
It is a 6-hour block of drag on Friday nights. Yes. People can find all the shows that you're doing on your socials, of course, as well as how to get a hold of you to get masks or to donate to your mask making, right?
Yeah.
So make sure to go and follow Kristie on her social medias at Kristie Champagne on Instagram and help her out by tipping her on Venmo at Chris Zello. Hit it up.
I'll even send you a personal little I don't know, something.
A little shimmy.
I'll do anything for $1, okay?
I mean, you're a drag queen, so that's kind of the job. If you enjoy the content I'm putting out here on my channel, feel free to tip me on my Venmo or my CashApp. It's greatly appreciated. Make sure to subscribe to my channel by hitting that red button and then go ahead and ding that little bell to get notifications on all the videos I'm posting right here on YouTube. We are here to chat about Secret Celebrity, Episode 2, and this episode had me gagging the whole time.
So good, girl. It was so good. I was like, why was this not the first episode?
Well, so let me tell you some background tea that I have. This was supposed to be episode 4. This was the final episode. And I think that last week after the first episode came out and everyone was like, oh, they don't have celebrities. There's no celebrities on this. They were like, oh, you want to see celebrity? Oh, you don't think we got celebrities? Oh, let me tell you. Oh, we got celebrities.
That makes a whole lot of sense having watched it.
Honestly, the whole thing about it is, who did people expect to be on there? Did they think Beyonce was coming and walking out there?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly, girl.
Who were you expecting? And the term celebrity is very loose nowadays. The episode starts off with the introduction of the queens, and
Yeah.
first one that comes out is Miss Alyssa Edwards.
Be still my heart, girl.
Looking stunning.
I love her. That bitch is crazy and so extra, but it's like she wears that extra so well.
The next one that came out was Miss Asia O'Hara. Now, I love me some Asia O'Hara. She is one of my favorite queens of all time. I did not like this look she was wearing, though.
Me either. Okay, me either. It felt very like Santee Alley. Well, didn't she come out and say some? I feel like I remember her saying some line about "let's make these butterflies fly" or something, and I was like, "Girl, don't bring that up, girl. Don't bring that up."
I was like, we don't want to remember that night, okay? And then the last queen was Trinity the Tuck. I love this outfit. She looked stunning.
Yes, completely. I'm about to take you to Harvard of drag, honey.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
One of the funniest things right at the very beginning of the episode, Trinity was like, oh, I'm going to help my girl win. And Asia's like, hopefully it's not a tie. The next introduction on the episode was the celebrities. So the first one to walk in is Miss Lonnie Love. She was in My Guilty Pleasure movie, which is Soul Plane.
Let me tell you, Giselle is nice, but I like the young thugs. Ooh, I love me some 50 Cent, baby.
Her IMDb is full.
Okay. She's booked.
Yeah.
She's booked.
Booked and blessed. Okay, booked and blessed.
Yeah.
The next one that walks in is Tammy Roman from Basketball Wives.
Now, I have to say this, first and foremost. I recognized her, but I don't watch that show, and I've never watched that show, but I knew who she was, and I knew that that's where she was from.
That's a very current reality celebrity, you know?
Yeah.
And then the third celebrity walk-in is the goddess of all time, the one and only Miss America of our lives, Vanessa Williams.
Bitch! I was screaming in my living room. Screaming.
Like I said earlier, I'm like a spoiler junkie, and I knew Vanessa Williams was on this series. When she walked through the door, I gasp. That energy she walked into the room with is going to create a vaccine for coronavirus. That's it.
Done.
That's the one.
Done. Thank you, Vanessa Williams.
We're starting off with the mini challenge, and guess what? We've got drag kings on Drag Race.
Who knew? First time.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow, there could be
We call
drag
that
kings.
progress. We call that progress.
No, and honestly, so that's a big thing that I'm kind of looking at and hoping for with Celebrity Drag Race, because they had Nico on there talking about being non-binary, talking about being gender non-conforming, and then they have women on there being done up in gorgeous drag. And I'm hoping that maybe these are the steps towards opening Drag Race up to trans competitors and AFAB women and drag kings.
Right.
It's time.
Yeah, because drag is not gender specific.
The thing that I always say in regards to Drag Race as far as trans competitors and AFAB queens competing in the show is that Drag Race isn't about who can look the most like a woman. Drag Race is who can perform and entertain the best in drag. It doesn't matter if you look like a woman because, I mean, Bianca Del Rio won.
Like, all that serious stuff aside, watching them do their mini challenge as drag kings, I never once felt like there was a part where any of them, like, made an inappropriate joke.
No.
It was all done very well, and those girls were, like, committed.
Yeah.
Like, and it was funny. I was like, these girls are actresses.
The mini challenge starts off with the quick drag where they got into Drag King drag. And first thing, Vanessa Williams starts ripping her tracks out.
Honey.
I screamed.
Honey. I was like, oh, see, again, she's not playing around.
No. And then
she's not playing around.
When Lottie Love was like, oh, Miss America over there ripping her tracks out, she can afford that. My track's staying in my head.
Girl, this was expensive. I'm keeping it off. Like, yeah.
And then Tammy snatching herself bald.
Girl.
So funny. And they all instantly developed drag characters.
Yeah. And not a one of them was similar either. No. It was like they were all three completely different dudes.
And then they had to make commercial pitches for the brand new pill Schwing to help people with electoral dysfunction.
You know, there's a lot of us out there who have electoral dysfunction.
Well, not this year. Not this year. Everybody's going to go to vote.gov and get registered to vote.
The male personas that they all took on, I was like, oh, I hope they get some really good jokes in here. And there was some really good singers in that mini challenge.
Especially Lonnie Love. She was hilarious. And it was perfectly set up for her because she is a stand-up comedian. And so it's basically being thrown into an improv stand-up situation. And she killed it.
I would have swiped for him on Tinder. It's cool.
Lonnie Love wins the mini challenge. Or she gets to pair up the queens with the celebrities. I personally think that the pairings were done beforehand and it was just a producing moment. Because a big thing about the pairings, I've seen some chatter about this online. A lot of people are really wondering why Vanessa Williams and Alyssa Edwards were not paired up. Because they're both the two Miss Americas who got their crowns taken away.
I mean, if you've seen the movie Pageant, you know that Alyssa Edwards is the Vanessa Williams of drag.
I mean, for anybody at home, if you don't know already, Vanessa Williams was crowned the first ever Black Miss America at 20 years old. And somebody, without her knowing, sold some lewd photos of her to Penthouse, and she was forced to give up her title like 3 months before the end of her reign. And Alyssa Edwards was crowned Miss Gay America and then couldn't fulfill her duties. And they snatched her crown. Somebody ratted her out, snatched her crown, and gave it to Coco Montrese. If you've watched season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race, you know that story. I honestly think that in the producing and everything, Vanessa was like, I don't want to be put with Alyssa because I've talked about this for my entire career. I'm done talking about this. So Lonnie decides to pick the winner, and she picks Trinity. Then Tammy is paired up with Alyssa Edwards, and Vanessa is paired up with Asia O'Hara. Ru assigns them each a character. Lonnie is assigned the character of Lily Tomlin, and Tammy is assigned the character of Jane Fonda. And, of course, Vanessa Williams is assigned the character of Dolly Parton.
Girl, of course.
She was like, I'm going to be Dolly, too. Okay, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Had it been any other way, it would not have been the same. It would not have been the same. My favorite part about this moment was when they all gave their mentors their drag names. So good. So, you could tell these girls thought about this before they showed up.
Oh, yeah. Miss Lonnie... she is a huge fan of Mary J. Blige and Diana Ross, so she did a little mashup and became Mary J. Ross. Tammy, her name I really resonated with. She was Miss She Need a Cocktail.
Okay. Miss
She Need a Cocktail. Vanessa, her name that she comes up with is Vanquisha DeHouse.
Okay, if you didn't already think that she was going to win this episode, she just gave you another reason why she was like, let me tell you what I'm about to do.
I really love when they get to talk to Ru and tell what charity they're playing for, because that really gives you an insight into their backstory a little bit.
And they all three of them had some amazing charities.
Lonnie chose the charity Dress for Success. It's a charity that helps women attain outfits for job interviews and gives them training to go into job interviews to help them be successful. It's a really great charity. For everybody out there, if you'd like to donate for Dress to Success, there's a link right there. Go ahead and click on that. Tammy was playing for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which she revealed that her mom passed away from cancer, and that's why she chose St. Jude's. If you'd like to donate to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, go ahead and click that link down there. Vanquisha DeHouse.
DeHouse.
was playing for the Trevor Project.
Yay!
This episode, they were doing the Rusical, twerking 5 to 9. So they went out for choreography first off, and they were doing choreography with Jamal Sims, and Jamal Sims is daddy. So Vanessa was playing the Dolly part, and she opened the Rusical up.
It was styled so well. The costume was beautiful. The makeup, the hair, the way she portrayed Dolly, it was perfect. It was perfect.
She killed it. The faces that she was making, the way that she was using her body, she was using every moment that she could, and she was really standing out in it.
Oh, yeah. She knew her lyrics, too, girl.
Yeah.
Her lip sync was flawless.
The next one was Tammy as Jane Fonda, and
girl,
better give me that all the 80s workout moment.
Yeah, my favorite though is I think Miss Lonnie Love knocked it out of the park. Yeah. That she was giving you like that Lily Tomlin, the house down.
One ringy dingy.
Yeah, exactly. And then when she yanked it off and had that like Missy Elliott moment, I was like, okay.
And wig reveal too. They were putting these 3 mentor queens through it because they made these girls learn all the choreography too.
Right.
Last week, the girls just got to sit there and make some jokes and stuff.
Okay.
This week, they had to learn choreography and dance it out on stage. Alyssa had a lot of missteps in the choreography. I was like, ma'am, this does not look good. Ma'am, I am not beyond belief right now. I am believing. Okay. No, it was so much fun. They all 3 did great. One thing that I'm really enjoying, like that it's just a very happy, positive celebration of drag that then gives a bunch of money to charity. Yeah, extravaganza eleganza was the theme for the runway, which also really like helps to point out that this was probably supposed to be the 4th episode, because usually the end of a season is like, oh, your best drag look, the extravaganza eleganza. So Vanquisha walked out first in the flame look.
Oh, really?
I love it.
Okay.
There was like some sparkle craft foam around her shoulders. It was a tacky garment for Vanessa Williams to be wearing because it was like this glittered craft foam next to Nova Star's Fierce Drag Jewels.
Exactly.
Like there was a major disconnect within inches of each other. So the next one to walk down the runway was Shanita Cocktail.
Woo.
And she was in this floral situation. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good. I didn't like it either.
Also, wasn't very pretty. It didn't match the attitude that she was giving.
Which that's the part I want to give her kudos for. She was not letting her outfit get the best of her. The wig choice was really, really my favorite part about her look. But yeah, you could tell that she had been wearing it for a while.
And she kept messing with one spot. And the last one walking out was Miss Lonnie Love, and she was giving me full-on hairspray, big blonde and beautiful. She was Miss Motormouth Maybelle, giving it to me down that runway.
Honey, Latrice Royale was watching this shaking in her boots.
She was sweating more than usual. They talked to him on the stage, which is just a little love fest. Like, you're all amazing, which is what they deserve. Yeah. I mean, that's what this episode's been.
Yeah, we love you, blah, blah, blah.
So then they go into the workroom and they have their little family visits while they're getting ready for the lip sync. Lonnie's boyfriend got to show up.
Awkward. It was so awkward, girl. I was like, does she like her boyfriend? Like,
it was. And then episode ending, they go back out there. They have to lip sync for their charity, and they lip sync to "Oh, You Make Me Feel Mighty Real." See, they were all having a really good time during the lip sync, and you could see that they were letting loose, and they were just having a ball out there.
Right. Well, that's the key to a good lip sync for any performer.
In the end, Vanessa took the crown and the sparkly stick, and she won $30,000 for the Trevor Project.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And then,
Yes.
you know, surprise twist, they also donated $10,000 to Dress for Success, and they donated $10,000 to the St. Jude's Children's Hospitals.
Everyone's a winner.
But now we have made it to our episode wrap-up. It is time for the GIF, the gag, and the goop. So the gift is your favorite moment from the episode. The gag is the most shocking moment from the episode. And the goop is the shadiest moment. So what was your gift from this episode?
I think my favorite moment in the episode was probably when they were getting into their drag king personas and Vanessa Williams was just yanking out her hair.
Her tracks. My gift for this episode was Trinity the Tuck in general. I thought that she was an absolute light in this episode. She brought so much fun, so much happiness. So what was your gag for the episode, the most shocking moment?
My gag was Mr. Jamal Sims because I wanted to be gagging on Mr. Jamal Sims. Like,
my gag of the episode was when Vanessa Williams walked through the door. It was just like I said earlier, I knew she was about to walk through the door. I still gasped when she did. So what was your goop, the shadiest moment?
I don't know. There wasn't really any moments where I was like, oh, that was shady. Like, it just was like really fun episode. Like, so yeah, I don't know if I really have one.
Well, my goop for the episode was when Trinity turned Lonnie around and she looked at the man. She's like, wait a minute. I'm not going out like this, right? Like we're not done. We don't blend this?
Okay.
Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me. I want to make sure everyone goes and follows your social media accounts at Kristie Champagne. You can also tip her on Venmo, help contribute to her mask making services at Chris Zello.
Yes, it's greatly appreciated. All of us girls are working as hard as we possibly can. And I am very, very thankful.
Yeah, well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great to get to sit and chat with you about this episode.
I love it. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Speaking of supporting artists, if you're enjoying the content I'm putting out on my channel here, go ahead and tip me at my Venmo or my CashApp. I really appreciate it. Make sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts at IsabellaExtynn. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel by hitting that red subscribe button and then dinging that little bell to get notifications on every video happening on this channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. Come on back next week when we'll be discussing the 3rd episode of Celebrity Drag Race. Also, check out my review with Irene Dubois for episode 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Check it all out, watch some stuff, and come on back next week. I'll see y'all later.